Good morning and welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and hits 103.9 FM in Accra. It's also live on Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi and over 30 affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions, including ATL FM Cape Coast, Might FM Tamale, Bawa Radio Yendi, and Inkiligi FM Bully. Get radio, TV, and online content on the myjoyonline.com interactive app for Android and iOS devices. Coming up, GRA goes after accounts of Ghanaians residents outside the country worth 2.8 billion, realizes over 1.6 billion cedis in 3 months for tax purposes.
The balances that we receive is 2.8 billion. The tax we have released in 3 months for only 400 out of the 70,000 accounts is 1.6 billion Ghana cedis.
Meanwhile, tax expert says application of vehicle income tax to ride-hailing services is long overdue, as he insists threats by Yango, Bolt and Uber drivers to embark on strike over its implementation is not justified.
There's no timeliness of it. This is just the expansion of the existing taxes. So for me, I think it's quite overdue.
And in business,
Ghana cedi ends 2023 with a year-to-date depreciation of 15.57% against the US dollar in the retail market, far lower than the about 50% recorded in 2022. We've got details on the Joy Business Report.
And in sports Writers Association of Ghana lauds the Ghana Football Association for rescinding decision to camp the Black Stars in South Africa ahead of the 2023 AFCON in La Côte d'Ivoire.
Whether they are questioning the pressure or whether it was their decision to go to Kumasi, for now, at least we feel comfortable that we have decided to camp in Ghana.
And the party we've been waiting for is back, bigger and better. Trust you're ready for Ghana's most exciting New Year party. That's the Joy FM 90s Jam coming up on Friday.
So it's going to be a night where people are really going to, reminisce on good songs and how they enjoy themselves.
Well, there's details of these and more with me, Hannah Odami. This is Joy News. We are independent, fearless, and credible. We start with the Ghana Revenue Authority, which has revealed that an amount of 1.6 billion cedis has been realized within 3 months after pursuing the accounts of Ghanaians residing outside the country. The authority says it has discovered there is over $2.8 billion sitting in these accounts without compliance with tax obligations. The Commissioner General, Dr. Amishadai Usuamwa, has been speaking exclusively to my colleague, George Riafi.
This year, as I speak, we have data of 70,000 accounts outside Ghana coming from 45 countries. And that is the first one we have received. The next one we are expecting, which will come early January, is coming from 80 countries. And for the 40 countries, the total value of the 70,000 accounts of Ghanaian residents outside is $2.8 billion. And when we started working on it in terms of looking at the potential tax, because it doesn't necessarily mean that when you have an account, but because we have to engage you and find out what's the source of the money and things like that, and then we'll be able to establish whether tax has been paid already or tax has not been paid already. And in 2 months, when we started, we've already, raised that that we have collected. We have raised the tax liability of about 1.6 billion Ghana cedis, not dollars. I'm saying that the balances that we receive is 2.8 billion. The tax we have released in 3 months for only 400 out of the 70,000 accounts is 1.6 billion Ghana cedis.
You heard the Commissioner General of the GRA, Dr. Amishadai Usu Amwa. Let's stay on tax matters because a tax expert, Francis Timoboy, says the implementation of vehicle income tax, which is expected to take effect from today, is long overdue. He argues it is not a new tax, but an expansion of the tax net. His comments come on the back of a threat of a nationwide strike from Bolt, Uber and Yango, as well as other online drivers, if government fails to review the decision decision. The vehicle income tax is paid by taxi, trotro, and other commercial vehicles and has now been extended to cover ride-hailing drivers. But National Chairman of the Ghana Online Drivers Association, Francis Kwekutinga, says they must be exempted from paying this tax because they've not been consulted.
In every law, there are exceptions, I can say that. So we are also hoping that this time around, there will be some exceptions. Because our work, as I said, or as we said earlier on in our statement, there has not been any legislation to officially operations as commercial drivers in Ghana since 2016.
Have you engaged the Revenue Authority already on these concerns that you're raising?
Officially, we are waiting for GRA to actually engage us because we have sent them a copy of our letter.
Well, even though the Ghana Revenue Authority says this decision is justified, a tax expert, Francis Timoboy, says the concerns about the widening of the tax nets are not justified.
There's no timeliness of it. This is just the expansion of the existing taxes. Now that the GRA is trying to roll it out, so for me, I think it's quite overdue. Because if you started betting companies in August, why are you not starting the lot 2 people this time? So it's just an expansion, and that is what we've been calling for all this while. We need to enforce the existing taxes to ensure that those who are not paying come on board. Take, for example, the ride-hailing people. Since 2001, taxi drivers have been paying. Why are they not, in the net? So it is not about the timing. It is what must be done.
You heard the tax expert Francis Timoboy. Let's go to politics. The National Democratic Congress, NDC, has called on the Vice President, Dr. Bawumia, to account for all funds invested into government flagship programs over the years. His comments come at the back of recent achievements touted by the Vice President as he calls on Ghanaians to vote for the MPP. But speaking on a preview of the 2024 general election on the polls on Joy News on Monday, Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, Mustafa Gbandi, said the Vice President must first account to Ghanaians.
There are no sentiments to change about the Vice President. He's a man who doesn't have integrity because he hasn't kept his word. This is a Vice President who led a campaign of one village, one dam, took money from World Bank. Let him account to the people of this country what happened to those dams. This is a man who led one district, $1 million, one village, one district, one factory. What became of these policies that he promised Ghanaians? Now, the widespread of corruption that every Ghanaian can feel is not resided in pools. It is resided in the pocket.
Well, the Deputy General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Haruna Mohammed, however, believes the MPP has achieved much and has what it takes to revive the economy before the December 7 polls.
2024, they have presented a budget to the people of Ghana, and the Parliament has so approved that particular budget. So many economic policies have been put in there. Other indicators have been measured and projected towards 2024, and we are very confident that the road that we are traveling on with regards to the management of the economy will bounce back, and Ghanaians will feel very comfortable to make sure that the MPP is the only alternative that is supposed to hold this country and make sure that everything is well for us.
Well, a political scientist, Dr. Asa Asante, wants the smaller political parties to come together with impressive policies that will challenge the ideas of the NDC and MPP.
We are going to have people, express their concerns and all that. And we expect that people will also be vigilant in the whole electoral process because, after all, according to price, vigilance is the price of liberty. Of course, we want to also see opposition party and the other parties also coming out with fantastic ideas that resonate with people, ideas that deal with our problems.
Let's move to sports. And President of the Sports Writers Association of Ghana, Kwabena Yeboah, has lauded the Ghana Football Association for rescinding its decision for the Black Stars to camp in South Africa ahead of the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations in La Côte d'Ivoire. The GFA had come under criticism for that decision, but the FA confirmed the reversal of the decision at the final squad announcement here in Accra yesterday. Listen to Kwabena Yeboah.
I think by conventional wisdom, if you get into a tournament, you go into areas where the climatic conditions are congenial. You prepare and fine-tuned for the main tournament. So I think the uproar was justifiable. And thank God the FA, I want to believe, acquiesced to the pressure. Whether they acquiesced to the pressure or whether it was their decision to go to Kumasi, for now, well, at least we feel comfortable that we have decided to camp in Ghana. There have been periods where the nation camped in Ghana, went to tournaments and did well. I was privileged to be with the team in 1991 when we camped at the Specialist Training College where facilities were not the best. We went to AFCON in 92 in Senegal and we picked silver. So I think it makes a lot of sense to settle in Ghana. And once all the boys are comfortable with that and the management and the technical team are comfortable, I think we can end the conversation here.
You heard the president of the Sports Writers Association of Ghana, Kwabena Yeboah, there. Now, the much anticipated biggest party of the year is promising to shut down Accra this Friday at the City Galleria close to the Accra Mall. The Joy FM 90s Jam will set the stage for revelers to reminisce over the hits that dominated the music scene from funk, hip-hop, pop to hype life. But if these tunes are no longer on your track, this is what to expect on January 5. Deba, boy be so Jimmy. If I baby are not tata me, why am I feeding me who treat me? Tickets are available here at the front desk of Joy 99.7 FM. Just pass by and pick one for yourself and your friends. That's it for the news at 6 with me, Hannah Odami. Please log on to myjoyonline.com. You'll find more news there. Have a great morning.